scripts. So we're gonna scrape through the scripts, and we're gonna try to basically train our AI to get us some way stronger like good at scripts like his. All right, yeah, I'm live. All right, so yeah, what's good stream. All right, so this stream we're gonna basically training the AI. So I feel like this channel already needs a whole new structure. So yeah. All right, so what I'm gonna do is go to Arm Stories. I'm gonna go to Arm Stories. All right, so let me make sure I'm live. All right, so I'm gonna go to Arm Stories. All right, let me make sure I'm live. Make sure everything live. You look live. All right, is we live? Live. Let me make sure we live. Is we streaming? All right, yeah, we streaming. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is basically go ahead and scrape from a bunch of these sorts. So what I mean by scraping from a bunch of these sorts, I'm gonna go to a YouTube transcript downloader, and I'm gonna show y'all how I mainly do it. So I'm gonna go to his most popular one, and we wanna get the psychology behind it. What's like causing the scripts to go viral? We wanna extract the psychology, and so extract this framework, so we can reverse engineer for us to get pushed too. So yeah. I'm gonna go to YouTube transcript downloader, YouTube transcript downloader, and I'm gonna pull from a few. So yeah, I'm live right now. I'm about to actually pull from a few, and I'm gonna get a lot of these scripts. So we will be making a whole new folder. All right. So yeah. All right. So I'm gonna go to YouTube transcript downloader right here. YouTube transcript downloader. So the script is what matters. The script is mainly what makes the viral idea and the core idea about it. All right. So transcript. All right. So YouTube transcript downloader. So what I'm now gonna do is I'm gonna scrape from this 29 million view short. I'm gonna get 29 million view short, and let's go over to make a new folder. So what I'm gonna now do is make a whole new folder. All right, so I'm gonna make a whole new folder. All right, I'm gonna go to YouTube transcript downloader. I'm gonna basically paste this here. All right, so I'm gonna paste this here. I'm gonna go to extract transcript. All right, so we're gonna extract transcript. We're gonna basically collect this competitor's transcript. All right, so what I'm gonna do is go over there. I'm gonna make a whole new folder. Fuck that other folder. The other structure, I didn't like it. I want to have something that's proven, and something that we know that's gonna get pushed, and some we're not second guessing with. So let's exit that. All right. Let's now go over to back over to here. So, and this will be the last folder I make for this niche. But yeah, this will be a proven and going viral structure. So yeah. All right. So what we're gonna do is now go over to this. We're gonna go scroll up. All right. So I'm gonna go to plus. All right. What I'm now gonna do is basically get the channel name. We're gonna scrape from Arm Stories. I need at least, so Arm Stories is I need 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna scrape from at least 4. I need, yeah, you know what, I need 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, I'm gonna get 7. We're gonna get 7 of them, but yeah. All right, so I'm gonna go to this. Call my man machine to reach. All right, let's go up to here. All right, so I'm gonna go to this. I'm gonna say for permit scripts. For permit scripts. All right, so now this will be the Bible. All right, yeah, let's create project. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna scrape from all these basically all these scripts. All right, so now I'm gonna actually train the fuck out of this AI. So I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna basically paste this here, and all right, what I'm gonna do though is go to his video. I'm gonna also go to this 15 million view short. I'm gonna copy the link address. I'm gonna go over to this arrow. I'm gonna click paste, and I'm gonna go over to his about. So that's 2, right? All right. So I'm gonna go to his about. I need to go to this 17 million view one year ago. I'm gonna copy the link to that. All right, so I'm gonna now paste the script into AI. So yeah. All right, so I'm gonna paste the script into AI. All right, so what I'm gonna do is now go over to 17 million view one. All right, so I'm gonna now basically go back over. I'm gonna now go right here. All right, I'm gonna basically go to extract, and we're gonna now copy this. So we're gonna now basically go to this right here, paste this. All right, so yeah. All right, so yeah, we wanna basically make sure our scripts is coming out as good, and they need to be like killer scripts that they're all never seen before, and scripts that's automatically gonna get pushed to a wider. All right, so can I add a folder? Yeah, we can add a folder. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna now go over to this online notes. I'm gonna now basically download this. I'm gonna download this, and I'm gonna attach this here. All right, so I'm gonna gather that. I'm gonna attach that there. I'm gonna attach that there. All right, that's two right there. That's two. We should be good. All right, so what I'm now gonna do is basically go over to view channel right here again. All right, so what I'm also about to do too is go back to my old ChatGPT chat. All right, so I'm now gonna give him my bio. I'm not gonna give him my bio every day. All right, so my bio is my format, right? Yeah, my bio is my format. So yeah. All right, so I'm gonna go to this. I'm gonna go to this. All right, so I'm gonna make sure I have the next lab too. Next lab. All right, yeah, next lab is great. All right, let's go over to the competitors channel again. Stories. We go to more. We go to share channel. We go to copy. All right, let's copy that. All right, now let's paste that here. All right, now let's go back. So what I'm basically doing right now is training this AI so where I can get great scripts. And I was told by my boy basically came over and told me, let's go there. Let me show y'all the messages with my boy. He's cool. He knows what Arm Stories is right now. Yo, what did it say? Oh, it's buffering. Yeah, I'm gonna try to fix that quality. No matter. My PC will be out the shop in a few. My mom just talked to the PC guy, so he said the parts coming in, so my PC should be. I should have my PC back soon, chat. Like in a few days. The part is on its way. All right, so what I'm now gonna do is basically I'm gonna scrape through another one. I'm gonna pull this 9.6 million view script. I need the script to that. I need to pull that right there. I want to pull at least as many as we could. If we could pull as many as we could, we have the amount of chance of us training this AI right, so where AI could know to come out with great scripts, like his lane, like our competitor's lane. But yeah, we give it our bio right. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna come over to here. Yeah. All right, so now what I'm gonna now do is basically, all right, I'm gonna show y'all my DMs with my boy that basically told me over here that knows Arm Stories. That basically told me use ChatGPT. So he's the one who came to me and told me use ChatGPT. But yeah, I'm gonna show y'all my DMs with my boy. But yeah. All right. So what I'm gonna do is also scrape. I'm gonna go to history. I'm gonna scrape from this channel right here. So you see this? All right. So that's a 2.2 million view short, right? All right. So I'm gonna gather the script from that. All right. I'm gonna gather the script from that. So I'm gonna go to here. I'm gonna go back to this, and I'm gonna go to paste. All right. So. All right, my boy over here is basically the one who told me, so let's go down. Pinterest is the one who came to me and said, yo, probably ChatGPT, bro. ChatGPT's good for coming up with ideas. So him right here, he knows Arm Stories. So yeah, my boy right here, he knows who Arm Stories is. He's another YouTuber, he's cool with him. So yeah. All right, so what I'm going to do is basically now copy this. I'm going to gather all this data. I'm going to go to multiple of these stores. So what I'm doing right now is training my AI. I'm training my AI so AI can know to come out with killer scripts, to not give me Vue.js scripts. All right. So what I'm going to now do is open this up.
This is America's insane new sixth generation
and we know that
fighter jet.
We could do this. So we know that the reason why this went right away did was because the core idea behind it. The core idea behind the title. So yeah. All right. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is now go over to this most popular. And I'm going to scrape. So let's scroll down. I'm going to scrape to These amount of viral shorts. All right, let me refresh. Let's refresh real quick. All right, so yeah, I'm about to scrape from at least. No, I don't want to get none. These are viewed out. It's like a trap for us. We don't want to do that. All right, let's go to 5.3 million. All right, let's go to that one. Let's go back, and I'm gonna paste it. All right, what I'm about to now tell AI to do is now scan through my profile, identify me a core permanent structure of what's gonna make me browse. So yeah, all right, I'm gonna come in here. I'm gonna copy this script. We're gonna now paste this. All right, so yeah, we're gonna now go back to our competitor's channel, and I'm about to copy the URL. So, and I want to tell you that this combat machines right here, this is a branded channel. So branded channels stay around for as long as you want them. So yeah, that channel right there is branded. It's called branded search channel. All right, so what I want you to do. All right, so what I want you to do is I want you to analyze everything that I type right here. These are my competitor scripts, the script structure. So I gave you my bio. I want you to now basically give me a new script structure for my combat machines Tyrese channel. I need a permanent structure, like a script structure. I need 1 or 2 that's gonna make me viral and not give me 0 video, 10K video. I need to at least get a structure. I need you to analyze the psychology of theirs, what's causing theirs to go viral, and I need a way better structure, but what that the algorithm can't ignore. So a structure that would keep getting pushed, and that would bring up people's curiosity where they can't ignore the short. So where I could get as many amount of views, like I could gain those many amount of views, like my competitors gain. So any idea I bring it, I want to replicate, it could reverse engineer it over to my lane and give me a new title, but make sure the script come out in a direct structure off the 2 lists. So I need actually checklist. I need the identity. I need a new structure that's proven to go viral. We're not gonna guess here. We're gonna analyze it, do the psychology of it. So yeah. All right. So that's what I basically now told AI. So AI, this is gonna be a permanent structure right here. All right. So yeah, this is gonna be a permanent structure right here I can use. I need 1 or 2 permanent structures I can use until I build up the channel to 10 million views. And I need to be guaranteed where we don't get view jail, where we get consistent views. So, I mean consistent views by 5K, 10K. We don't get stuck on 1K, 2K view jail traps. We get, the structure could be strong enough where the algorithm can't ignore it and push it. So, I need the structure to be fucking powerful as fuck. So, that's all I need to do. Alright, so, first, what your competitors are actually selling. So, they are not selling military facts. They are not selling open curiosity loops. Every script follows almost this exact psychology. Hook, unexpected claim, 1 question is delayed, exclamations, 1 satisfied reveal, ending. So you see right here example. So how nuclears hook, the viewers guess, weeks, scripts, no, viewer stays, then 20 years, viewer stays, but yeah. So you see why they get millions? They never explain everything immediately so bad. So nuclears, you see right here, so done. So viewers leave, cut, good. Most people think nuclears, all right, yeah. So you see, their hidden formula is shock, correction, scale, danger, visual payoff, ending. So your identity is not combat machines. You're engineer No, I'm not engineer Victor. This is for a whole new channel. Hold on. Let's refresh this. This is for a whole new channel, and I'm going to give you the channel URL. So, I want to have something that's on point where we're not guessing. We need to have actually stuff that's proven to go viral. So, we need to have these good-ass structures. So, yeah, them attachments right there is for my other 2 channels, but I'm using this to help me train you so where you could give me a killer structure. So, yeah. All right, so I'm using this to train you, so where you could give me a killer structure. So yeah. All right, so what I'm about to do is go up to this. I'm gonna copy this link. All right, so yeah. All right, we're gonna now paste this here, and I'm gonna let it know that's for a whole new channel. Calling. All right, so yeah, it's gonna do its thing, and yeah. All right, so this is for a whole new channel. Hold on, reverse. All right, so it says we are starting from 0 instead. So first principles, we're not trying to go viral once. we are trying to build a system that could produce over 100 sorts that all feel like they're the same universe. All right, yeah. So channel identity, combat machines, not military news, not military facts, not top tens. All right, so identity, the hidden machines we're using modern was successful or fail. So every video should answer one question. So why does this work? Why does it fail? Why does it was designed? What's impossible to problem the engineers solve? What hidden limitation does nobody talk about? It says the audience should eventually think this channel always tell me something that I didn't know about the military machine. So you see right here, so impossible claim, destroyers explorations, increased scale, reveal hidden machines, unexpected ending. So they are not selling information, they are not selling curiosity. So I think we can build some way better, but instead of military facts, what is inside? All right, yeah. So what it's not going to do is give me a permit structure. So 95% of the upload. So all right, so impossible statement, viewers accumulation. So introduce hidden machines, and all right. So yeah, this right here is going to be our structure, and this is going to be our structure too. We can use so hook. Most people believe X, reality Y, engineering explanations, real. Oh yeah. So it's going to be our two structures that we can use. Oh, we have three structures. So all right, so we have three. So permanent three structures is my favorite. So impossible problem right here. All right, so we have three. So yeah, that's three. All right, so yeah, that's three right there. And then we have the formula and the pillars. Yeah. So example, so content pillars, I would say inside forever. So all right, so go ahead and explain to me what content pillars mean, and go ahead and explain to me what our permanent formula is. So and what formula means. So go ahead and give me the my 1 to 5 core channel formula for my titles, and then give me the pillars, and then give me like how all my titles should be, so where we don't guess this, we have a machine. And being so if I basically copy all this chat, copy this right here, and put this into you put this to the same, we can use the same folder. We now train you to now give us killer scripts. So you're gonna give us scripts that's proven to go viral, that we're not guessing no more. We're not guessing. So yeah, we need shit that's gonna eventually hit over millions of views, where if all the other channels are still staggered, they can stay where they at. But we need a structure where it's gonna overbeat the YouTube algorithm, where it's not gonna get low video, and it could keep getting pushed. So is this structure good? Be honest with me. Is it if you rate it with a star, what would you rate it as? What would you rate it as? Right. Can the structure guarantee millions of views? No. Nobody, not on YouTube, not even Mr. Beast, or not any strategist can guarantee that a structure will always beat the algorithm and prevent low views videos. This is what you can build. It's just like that, maximize clicks. All right, so we see we're rating the structure of curiosity structure. So 9 out of 10. So 980 out of 10. So that's what I'm getting. So I said why. So I use 3 principles that have worked for across education history. So yeah, curiosity, gap, patterns, interrupts, delay. All right, yeah. So all right, so this is what is content pillars. Think of it like a content pillar, like a department inside of a company. Your channel is a company. The pillars are the producer lines. If viewers understand these product lines, your brand becomes predictable. And yeah, so call it machines pillars. But yeah, all right. So pillars is to help me so I can have repeatable system, right? So that's what the pillars are for, right? So we have a repeatable system. We don't guess it, and yeah, right. Right, so this is all right. So the permanent channel formula. So this is exactly what I would print. So impossible questions, break expectations. So introduce hidden machinable system. So escalate the stakes. Reveal the I don't know how you say that name. I see the ending part. I don't know how you say that last name though. All right, so the 5 permanent title formulas right here from the 1, the hidden reason. All right, yeah, I see it. So I see it. So formula 5, and we have 5 formulas, and I believe how many core structures we got. So your pillar decisions, they are not topics; they are filters, moving guesses. So instead of waking up asking what is military, what you do post today. You ask which pillars am I making today? So yeah. Alright, so combat machines menus, pillar 1. Alright, yeah. Alright, so this is your machine. So need a video idea, pick one pillar, find one question, use one title formula. Alright, so Alright, so explain to me what you mean step by step. So if I'm a new beginner, explain it right. Red dots, red emoji, green avoid it. So explain to me, like you said, this is your machine. Need an idea. So yeah, explain to me. Not guessing. No random ideas. Your permanent formula. So yeah, I got my permanent formula. But how many structures do I need? How many structures do we got? All right. So yeah, how many structures do we got? All right. So the combat machines, I will literally print and tap into your monitor. Step 1. So pick one pillar. But yeah. All right. So what's now going to do is tell me more about this. All right. So combat machines operation SMOs. So think of it like a factory. So every video goes through the same machines. Never do this. Wake up, search random military topics, copy competitors, chase trends every day. Yeah, we're not doing that. It's always do this. So new video, pick a pillar, pick operations, pick a title formula. All right. So yeah, you said we only need 5 permanent structures. So not 20, not 50, not 5. So instructions pick a pillar. So yeah. So we have 5 pillars: hidden machines, engineer decisions. All right, yeah, we have that. So introductions like this. So every video answers one question. Example. So why, how, what fell, what solved it, what changed it. So yeah. So this is an example. So pillars, hidden machines, questions. So why do the tanks do that? Breakdown. Yeah. This is introduction. So this is 1 of 5 formulas, and then we have instructions. So for the scripts, we have this one. We have also. You also have this one. So pillar 1, pillar 2, pillar 3, pillar 4, pillar 5. So, all right. So we have this is a factory. All right. So why this works? Instead of having 10,000 proven ideas, you now have pick a pillar, pick a question, pick a title, write the script, upload. So yeah, my recommendations. But yeah. All right. So this is I will simplify you that for channel identity, content pillars, title formula, one script formula. But yeah, hook. All right, yeah, hook this. All right, so one script formula, but yeah. All right, so I can have 1 or 2 script structures. So what you mean by one script formula? So I can have 1 or 2 backup, like a main one and a backup structure, but the structure we only use 2. We only use 2. And tell me like more about one script formula. So I want to have 2 structures though, like a main one and a backup one. We don't need more. We already have 5 formulas. We're good. So if I'm a new beginner, like say if I'm autistic bad or somebody has a disability problem, they want to do this, how should he understand what a pillar is? How should he understand what a title formula is? Because when we go to post, does it keep our channel in order so we can have a repeatable system so we don't not guessing here? All right, so think of it like a channel, like a logo set. So you don't build the fucking logo set house by randomly gathering pieces. You follow instructions. You follow fucking instructions. Your channel should work the same way. So you only need 4 things, not 20, not 50, just 4. So channel identity, content pillars, title formulas, script structure. So channel identity, our question is this right here. Is our identity, is if an idea doesn't fit the sentence, don't make it. This is content pillars. This answers one question. What type of videos are we making today? Think of it like this. So a folder on your computer. So content machines, hidden machines, engineer, this is machine, filters. All right, so yeah. So this is every video must go inside the folder. If it doesn't, don't make it. So title formulas. So this answers one question. So how do we write titles? We never invent random titles. We always use one of these 4 formulas. So the hidden reason, the why was actually, and how engineers solved it, the machines, one question machinable. All right, so this creates a recognizable brand. Viewers begin to recognizing your style. That's why I told y'all, bro. Let me explain it. Your title formulas is basically the way how you're gonna have your own fucking formulas that nobody else on YouTube has. So your titles could come out in a good way that the algorithm never seen for it to get pushed. So that's what's good about it. Alright, so the main structure we can use this is hook, break expansions, hidden machines, increase stakes, engineer reveal, unexpected ending. And then we have a backup one. So we have a backup one. So the backup one is 20% of most of the time we can use. Problem. So and we can basically now ask AI. So for the first one, how many videos do we get to give the first one? So it's just the Combat Machines Factory. So need video, pick one pillar, but yeah. Alright, so show me an example. So go ahead and pull from articles if you have to. Don't guess it. Go to Google, pull from articles, pull from sources, pull from articles that align with my pillar. So make me a viral title, a good core idea, but also I need you to explain this. So explain to me about, so how many videos should we give the first structure? And then the second structure, how many videos do we give it? And how many videos do we give the first one? And then until we switch over to the second one. So how many videos is that? How many shorts? And that's why I said we made a whole folder. So this folder is hashtag one for Combat Machines. There's no more having to guess, no more having to lead a folder. Everything is in this folder. Alright, so for your search channel, focus on Evergreen Military Engineer. I'll rate this 9 out of 9, 10. So why it's not a 10 right here? Because no framework can guarantee that every upload gets views. I told y'all. No framework can guarantee that every upload gets views. What is the system does not guarantee that every video filter through the same brand identity, title, storytelling process, giving you a repeatable production machines that can scale hundreds of videos, relying on without relying on random inspiration. So my recommendations right here. So use this for at least 80 to 90% of the uploads. So we can ask it, so how many uploads? So it then tells us the list. So how many videos? I wouldn't count them. I would think of the percentages. So main structure, so 80 to 90%. So of every 100% shorts. So the backup one, 1 to 20. We could do it for 1 to 20. But even similar. So every time you make a video, you ask this question: is this explaining how something works? And yeah. All right. So you see right here we have pick one pillar. Step 2. All right, let's zoom into this. Alright, so pick one pillar, pick one question, pick one formula. So choose a script. Script B, step 5, right? And then you upload and then you repeat forever. Alright, so I'm gonna ask you now, what do it mean by choose a pillar? Alright, so example is using a machine, so pillar. So pillar machines, question. So yeah, we have this right here. It's no more guessing. So yeah. Alright, so what do you mean? Alright, so I got a question. What do you mean when you say choose a pillar? When you be like, oh, choose a pillar? What do you mean by choose a pillar? Alright, so one more improvement. I would add one final question. I would add one final rule that became a part of your operation system. So the 80 out of 10 rule, improving topics. B, and these are already demonstrated. 20% fresh angles. Alright, so yeah, we see this. So Final Combat Machines SOP version. So you now have a complete system. So only 5 structures. So identified, engineer machines behind technology, 5 pillars, 5 formulas, 2 scripts. Alright, so now I'm gonna basically have it is explain to me how they use it. So yeah. So explain to me if I'm a new beginner, if I don't know nothing about this thing, how do I use everything off this list? So how do I use it, and how do I come up with good core ideas, proven to going viral ideas? So for shorts, and how do I use everything off this list? Alright, so what we're gonna now do is go through and we're gonna pace pieces. So what's gonna now basically tell me is, alright, so Combat Machine SOP. So think of it like yourself, like you're working. You will never start with what should I make. You always start with what chef am I pulling from. So step 1, identified as who are we? Answer. We explain the hidden engineers. in machines behind military technology. This never changed. So step 2 pillar. So so a pillar is simply the chef. So imagine you walk into a library. Every book is on the shelf. Your video works exactly like that. So yeah. So it says so Combat Machines Library shelf 2, shelf 2. Oh yeah. So bad example. So I did so top 10 right here. Question. So what the shelf does belong to? Answer none. We don't make that. So good example right here. It says I did so. Why tanks track this? Questions this and yeah. Alright, so you see, so why, who, this, and that. Alright, so yeah. Alright, so you see, so, example, so. So if I wanted to too, I could basically bring you the URL to one of my competitors' videos, and you could basically you could reverse that title over to my pillars, over to my lane. You could reverse like psychology tank was keeping up them videos on, and then reverse that shit over to my lane. You could do that, right? You could do that, right, China BT? I think it could. So you could do that just so we could go viral. So we could basically we could take the psychology behind that title and take the psychology was keeping in the viewers on longer, and you could like read through the comments, like see through the script, see through the title, and we could take the psychology, but reverse that to my lane, to my pillar group, so where I can go viral for it. So yeah, we make things a bit easier. We make things a bit easier like that. Alright, so this is neat video, pick shelf, pillars, search one question, read 3 to 4 sources, so find the most surprising fact, create a title. So our research process, but yeah. Alright, so the stream is now ending, yo. But yeah, the stream is now ending. So I was up there for me making a new structure for the channel that we ever proven to go route system, and I showed y'all. But yeah, this channel I'm blowing it up along with my other one. But yeah, I'm now ending the stream though, and yeah, I'm out though. So like I said, I'm out, and yeah, and pillars is just where we get a title. It's not over too broad. Just like all right, so you could basically Alright, so let's refresh this. I'm gonna be asking this. Alright, so the permit rule, I would print, we do not guess, we choose from pillars and answer. Alright, so yeah. Alright, so I got a question. So we could we could take one of my competitors' videos and reverse their psychology over to my pillar group, right? We could reverse it over to my pillar group for it to fit for my lane, so we don't over guess it. And we take take the psychology behind that title and behind our script of what's keeping the viewers on longer, and we go reverse it to my lane, right? All right, so yeah. So give me an identity checklist of green of what everything I need to worry about, because I don't want to keep watching Go videos, Guru videos. I need to know what I focus on and what we're going to use to build this bitch up to 10 million views. So where I don't have to overstress myself. All right, so what AI's not going to do, it said, yes. I said, I think I could biggest shift. So it says, when you save hundreds of hours, we do not copy. We copy the psychology. They use difference. Wrong. So competitors, this, and then we don't copy. We don't copy that exactly. It's copying. So we correct copy competitor psychology questions, create curiosity. Viewers don't know answer yet, and reveal. So this bit the ending. So now we move to the psychology lane in this example. So the machines is this. So same psychology, different topic, different brand. So yeah, this is called a content pillar. But yeah. All right. So how some my follow up titles look like? So after one goes viral, after one video pop off, I bring you back that title because we're gonna use the same folder. So make sure you put memories on. Remember everything. We're gonna use the same folder. So if one title pops off, we're gonna get another idea from my core idea from that viral video, and we're gonna take the core idea, but we're gonna use my pillar list to plan the title, right? And my title formula list to plan the title, right? So we don't guess it and bring something over to our niece. We're not reinventing shit. Now this is. Alright, so this is the Combat Machines group loop. When a short performs well, we don't ask, how do I make part two? We ask, why do viewers care? The abstract core idea. So find a core idea. Someone find a core idea example. So this right here. So yeah. Alright, so if I can't find a core idea, and you probably saying, shut the fuck up, Therese. Just bring me the title now. I will extract the core idea from it, and you'll give me my next follow up video, right? So we can make the system that's that we fucking print. And Guru's don't want me to notice, but this is really how you print. So we use a system, and we use a repeatable system like this. We have our own pillars, our own title formulas. We're not just going out copying random titles. This is viral videos extract the core idea. So identify your pillars. So stay on the same pillar. So alright, reuse when in title formulas, reuse when in script structure, so create 10 and 20 related videos. So I'm gonna ask it, so alright, so can you relate that to me? Alright, so can you relate that to me, what you mean by 10 and 20 videos? Create 10 and 20 videos. Can you relate that to me? Can you show me examples how these titles should be? So can you relate that to me? So example viral video, so yeah. Relate that to me. The core idea pillar engineer, so yeah. So it says you are not building videos, you are building content tree. So most creators think of it like this. So video, done, find another random video idea, repeat. So that's why the channels feel random. So Combat Machines, things like this. So one winning idea, one core psychology, one pillar. So 10 to 20 related videos. It's gonna look like this. Video on, video. Yeah, the pillar's right here. So this is the pillar, and this is the title formula. So yeah. All right, so you just said the pillar keyword. So what do that pillar keyword really mean? I know YouTube is a hard game, but I don't want to make this as hard. Now watch what happens. So we create an entire cluster. So yeah. So basically, do that pillar help you stay in the right order for my identity, so my titles can come out, so I can have proven to go raw ideas where we don't guess. So that pillar it helps train you, right? Because yeah, this is the core idea, the whole idea itself for the video, and then this is the title and script structure. So yeah, content queue. All right, yeah, we got everything we need. All right, so this is a pillar is not for YouTube, it is for you. So it's a decision filter. Imagine this. So you have 10,000 military topics without pillars. Yeah. So with pillars, you immediately narrow everything down. So combat machine and then machines and there. So now every idea must belong in one box. So what? Oh, yeah. Hey, you're right. So yo, don't say it's not for YouTube, nigga. Listen to me, yeah. Don't say it's not for YouTube. Don't go back on my words, nigga. Listen to me. The pillar is how you keep everything in order, organized, so we don't say second guess, right? That's what it's for, right? All right, so what does that actually do? It keeps your channel from belonging from random. So, for example, video one, video two, video three. Think of it like a Netflix. So Netflix doesn't. Here's a copying show. This is here's a cooking show. Then a horror movie. Then a football documentary. They organize content categories. So your pillars are the categorized. Categories. All right, so the pillars is like the order for the categories, and the pillars is what keep our channel us from guessing. So we need those pillars. So does it help me train me? Yes. Yeah. If every request starts with the same system, I know exactly what you're optimizing for. Instead of give me a title, you can say pillars right here. This title, but yeah. All right, so give me a check sheet. Give me a check sheet of the hook types we avoid and the hook types we keep, and then the titles we the lane we that fit for our lane and we avoid. So make me a checklist for the pillars, and yeah, so I'm just guess here so I could remember. But yeah, we are trying to find route patterns appeal to your own identity. That's huge. That's different than huge. Yeah, I get it. So yeah. Alright, so the stream is not ending, but I'm out though. But yeah. But we got everything we need, and yeah, I'm out though. So what do the pillars do? The pillars organize your system so they keep your ideas organized, your titles organized, your research organized, your scripts organized, your channel identity organized. So mostly important part. So instead of asking, oh, what should I do for the next video today, you ask, which pillar am I creating today? So yeah. So that is much easier to understand. So yeah, common machine checker. So step one, identity. So every idea must answer. Does this explain hidden engineering of machine evolves decisions behind the military technology? Step two. So pillar check. So every idea must fit for one pillar. So hidden machines, questions. How do this work? What's inside of it? What's hidden systems? Example. So tanks, tracks. Yeah. Alright, so pillar two, engineering decisions on so it helps keep the channel organized. So for the titles, so yeah. Alright, so what you could basically do is you could basically throw me title ideas that I could search for today. So I could look from 300 title ideas I could look from my pillar list. So you could throw me title ideas I could search on YouTube. I could try to look through. I could like. So yeah, you could give me like title ideas for the day. Viral core ideas I could probably post a short about. Yeah, hey, and if y'all go and make a folder chat, and in your folder you're gonna have the pillars, and we could ask this. So how many pillars do you really need for the channel? Alright, so how many pillars do I really need for my channel? For my own channel right here to go viral. So how many pillars do we need? And yeah. So we have 5 pillars, right? Alright, so this is the core idea filters before making a video as does it reveal engineering. Alright, so yeah. I'm gonna ask it, so how many pillars? Alright, so it says yes, and I will keep. It's fine. This is not because magical numbers. It says it's because the variety prevents. So combat machines, quantum systems. So pillar 1, and yeah, 30% questions. So how does it actually work? Examples, tanks. All right, so yeah, we got all the titles we need, right? All right, so we have your permanent SOP, identity, 5 pillars, 5 title formulas, 2 script structures to upload. So that's your entire operating system. Even better. So the 80 out of 20 rule inside those pillars. If I were running the channel, I would focus most uploads on the 2 strongest pillars. So hidden machines and this 40%, 30%. Those two alone account for 70% of the content because they are high evergreen, naturally spark interest, curiosity. All right, yeah. So then rotate it to impossible. This. All right, so yes. All right, show me what you mean by rotate it. All right, so show me what you mean by rotated. Show me what you mean by rotated. All right, so the rule I will print about your desk every video's answer. So one question from one pillar using the title from the checklist. All right, so what's going to now do is basically answer the question. All right, so you see chef 1, chef 2, chef 3, chef 5. So Monday, pillar 1, pillar 2. All right, yeah, we got everything we need. All right, so go ahead now and give me the script structures, 1 and 2. Give me the my permanent script structures where I could pick from. So yeah, I see what you did. You made a plan. Yeah, I like what you did. So make me a checklist where my one improvement. So I will also create content clusters inside of each pillar. So for examples, all right. So what is content clusters? So what is that? All right. So yeah. All right. This stream is now ending, chat. I came live to show y'all that I was making a new structure, but yeah, I'm now about to end. I'm about to end so I can post on this channel. Combat machines, operating systems. So identify pillars 5, content clusters. So title formats 5. So script structures 2. Upload. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So another example. So pillars, impossible. Content clusters, impossible. Engineering. So yeah. All right, so why content clusters are powerful? Without clusters, videos, random videos. So every video starts with this. Without clusters, core idea. But yeah. All right, so structure. But yeah, like I said, YouTube is a hard game, but it gets easier from here. So yeah. So step 4, choose one title formula. All right, step 5, so choose one script structure. All right, step 6, so research. Why this, why that? Yeah. All right, so the most important thing I want you to remember is you are not trying to reinvent over 300 separate videos. So 5 pillars. Yeah. All right, so I want to ask you something too. So if I'm a new beginner, I don't know what content clusters is. Explain to me what it is. Is it for ideas so that channel can stay organized and stay in order? All right, so yes, that's exactly the right way to think of it about it. So beginner explains the ways. So imagine you're in a room, you have a dresser, inside the dresser drawers, inside. I see all that shit. So your channel works the same way. So the comment machine pillars, B content, cluster. So big topics, video idea. But yeah, all right. So yeah. So why do we use these clusters? So because they keep everything organized. Without clusters, video random. But yeah, so without clusters, one open folder, pick next. So with clusters, open folder, pick next idea, make a video, repeat, no guessing. So think of it about Netflix thing. So action, comedy, documentary, sciences. So these are like pillars. So World War II, space, engineering, natural. So those are like content pillars. But yeah, so inside engineering, these are dozens of episodes. Those are videos. Your content structures. Oh yeah. All right. So it says so. What does this do? Keep your ideas organized. Keep your titles organized. Keep your research organized. Keep your uploads consistent. So makes brainstorming a bit easier. So the one sentence remember. So pillars are organized the channel. Content clusters organization. All right. Yeah. Hey, I'm out though, chat. But we basically made the folder. And it was a short stream, but yeah. I'm about to go now edit this on my MacBook, and I'm going to edit it short and get it posted at midnight because we have a new content pillar, but yeah. And I'm going to type in here. I'm going to say,
Why do modern warships have almost no armor? This is one of the largest warships in the U.S. Navy, yet it has very little armor. Even China's Type 055 destroyer, one of the most advanced warships in the world, has very little armor. Ships like the USS Iowa were some of the last.
all right, so you see 3 months ago, 600K views. And if we go to a scripts, nothing right here was guessed, but yeah. So you see, so I'm going to say, it's going to now give me a script. But yeah, we go off our content pillars, checklist, but yeah. But I'm out though. And the stream is ending. And I want to say that basically this competitor script, nothing was special about the script. So I believe my structure is way better than his. So content pillars, list your channel. So this right here. So we got this. We have this. We have this. We have this. So everything's in order. So you see we have script example. So topic. What is this about? Hook. Build up. Drop. Ending. So yeah. So title ideas. But yeah. We literally have everything in order the way we need it. I will build curly for you. But yeah. So. And you see we have this right here. So inside this. The plane, and we have Americans, and we have so title ideas. All right, so I'm done though, chat. In the stream, and yeah, we out though. I'm actually gonna share that script, but I'm gonna share that the competitor script. There was not really good, not really cheat about the script, bro. The script was good. Script. But yeah, the stream is ending. We extract this transcript. So yeah, so if I show you that transcript, that is his title matches the script in order for the album to push it. But yeah, so if we use the S AI right here, so you see, so why do modern warships don't use armor? So yeah. If we use the S AI in this new chat, that nothing on this competitor's script is good for real. So alright, so there's nothing special about his transcript, right? There's nothing special about my competitor's transcript right here, right? And there's nothing really special about it. I mean, it's good. The hook is good because it did get a lot of views, but there's nothing really special about it. My structure you gave me, my other chats is way better than his. Could overbeat his structure, right? So there's not really good about this script structure right here, right? So we're going to use next up MCP and we're going to scan it. We're going to hit enter. Alright, so yeah, the stream is now ending. I'm out though. Alright, so looking for available tools. I got the next up MCP. It says you are about one thing, so it's not complex. But saying there's nothing special about this. What actually matters: search performance structure effectively. So here's what the video is doing. So immediately curiosity. So visual answers, contrast with the past. Simply this. So yeah. So you can see. So and this compressed payoff, no armor. So you can see. So it's nothing special. So not really. So hook, specializations, contrast, specializations, resolve. So this is what is true. It's not storytelling, not heavily. But yeah, it's script structure ain't really good. So it's why your script structure might feel way better if your script system is more detailed and layered. It can absolutely outperform this. So retention depth, emotional engagement, replay value. So but this is a competitor script is built something else, so instead, but yeah. All right, so I'm out though, and yeah. How do you come up with the script structure? All right, let's ask, yeah. So how do you think my competitor came up with that viral script structure of his to get these viral scripts? And he's using ChatGPT though to write the scripts. How do you think he came up with the script structure? All right, it's going to basically tell us. All right, so this is he probably didn't reinvent the structure is scratch. Almost nobody does. So actually, what uses actually happens with route scripts creators using ChatGPT is a mix of reverse engineer repetition so plus pattern. So he studied a lot of winning sorts, not just one video. So he didn't analyze the worship. He dozens of hundreds similarly sorts, and what he did was and then notice the repeated pattern. So question, surprise, quick example. So yeah. So takeaway. So that's the real structure. It's the real structure, not a script itself. So you see, he mentally reduced them into the template. So instead of copying competitor scripts, he likely compressed them into something else. So hook, context, this. Once you see those are patterns enough, so yeah, enough, it becomes like an automatic system. So yeah, so he used ChatGPT as a generation, so they evolve something this, but yeah. All right, so hook using this, yeah. So he says he probably interacted based on the performance data. So this is the part of the past most people miss. So if a video works, he likely has what part of his is kept from retention, what the viewers drop off at, and then he refined the structure again. So yeah. All right. So tell me what you mean by he refined it. So what you're saying is, yeah, tell me what you mean by when he refined it. So he basically took a structure from somebody else's niche and brought it to you, but reverse engineered it over to his. He reworded it. He worded it. That's all. He worded it. Reworded it. Yep, he did. So good question. So what I actually mean, he refined it so he didn't copy the script. He likely took a existing viral pattern and changed it, skewed it at their own system. So instead of taking the competitor script, he rewrite the words. It's not like take 50 to 20 words. It's different. So there are 3 levels right here. So surface level. So yes, this is the exact version. So take an idea from another video, rephrase it, sentence, use ChatGPT, but he reworded it. So structural level. So this is the real upgrade. So he didn't copy wording. He copied sequence logic. So like hook, context, this, and yeah. All right. So this is special so level. Yeah. This is so he probably also changes the sentences and yeah. This is copying one script, structuring. All right. Yeah. All right. So let's go over to this and. And I also got this channel right here. Chat is growing on its own right now. So yeah, let me go ahead and switch over here. Switch. All right, what I'm about to do though is notice. I'm gonna ask AI how did he come up with all these viral videos, video ideas, and how do you know that all these video ideas was gonna get these amount of views? Cause he did 18 million views. Yeah, and he's from Pakistan, by the way. So I'm gonna go to over this. I'm gonna copy this. All right, so let's now basically copy all this data right here. Copy this whole entire chat. Copy all these outliers right here. Copy all these good views. Let's copy all this right here. So yeah, let's copy that right here. All right, so let's now paste that. So let's go to here and paste it. All right, so I'm gonna now talk to the AI. All right, so how did he come up with all these viral outliers, all these viral good ideas, and how do you know these ideas was gonna get these amount of views? They hit over 18 million views. How do you know that? And how was he able to come up with all these ideas? Like, do you see repeatable patterns right here? Tell me the method. Tell me his method of what he did to come up with all these killer ideas. I'm pretty sure he used ChatGPT to fucking generate these ideas. All right, so you can see calling. All right, you see right here, so descriptions, yeah. All right, so you see calling. So it says now I can answer you properly using the real pattern advice. So instead of guessing, so what you're actually asking, so how did these come up with these consistent? The real method is he's using, so he's not using random ideas. If you look at his videos, they are not unique concepts, so they are they are all variations 4 to 5 core. So content model. So why this X, why this O pattern questions contribution. So O X versus Y comparison. We have patterns to known in the least. So most powerful things. Patterns. So my fucking god. So what he actually figured out was he didn't discover topics. He discovered this military content performs best when it answers curiosity about prior in his system. So instead of thinking it like this, so he thinks of which curiosity trigger do I activate next for the next video. So for today, the real secret is he built a templated library. So this is what you're missing. So he likely has something like this in his head or notes template like why this 4 to 5 templates. Wow. So then he swaps the variations, the F12, So why ChatGPT is perfect for this? Why ChatGPT is perfect for the system? He's not using ChatGPT to be creative, but he's using fill a proven structure, simplifying expressions. All right, so yeah, so the workflow is template plus topic plus ChatGPT plus retention. Wow. So not just generate viral ideas from scratch. How did he get these ideas in the first place? This is the part you were asking. He likely looked at viral military channels and he copied their patterns, not the scripts. He noticed a repeatable quick trigger. So group them into category. So test them repeatedly, double down, and he didn't guess it. So importing truth. This is the key. So these ideas are not genius ideas. So they are high frequently, low value. So the question every video feels familiar but still performs because the audience doesn't want novelty. They want clarity and curiosity satisfaction. So bottom line, so he didn't magically generate 100 viral ideas. He built a system. He built a small set of repeatable curiosity templates. All right, so yeah, so ChatGPT for scaling. All right, so if you read my other chats, we did a combat machine to me. How do I build that template so it's easier for scaling? So where I just give you that template, and you're gonna give me a core viral ideas, and then yeah. Yeah, because I said to myself that my competitors aren't guessing. He has a system behind him. Because I see the patterns of his titles. Because if I see it, I see top 3 American, how, where. So yeah, he has a templated, and he has a system behind this. So your combat machine 3 layers system. So right now you're thinking of giving me ideas. You need to think of give me a system that generates ideas. So your structure should be 3 layers. So layer this context right here. So this is where ideas come from. So you do not brainstorm manually. You use prompt slots. So your core slots, why, how versus tops, future slots. So that's it. So everything else you saw, variation fits into these. So layers, templates, and yeah. So your combat script is hooks, setups, contrasts, contributions, and yeah. Final. Yeah, that right there. So layer 3, ChatGPT role, skew engine. So this is how you should use me. Instead of write me a script, you say use. All right, you know what? I'm gonna have to make me a prompt. All right, so you know what? Go ahead and make me a prompt. I could just paste that prompt into the chat, and you're gonna give me you're gonna search through articles, sources to give me good ideas. I can make videos on. So, because I'm not really good at coming up with good ideas, but this prompt right here, this template, it can save me. So go ahead and make me a prompt. All right, so this is your actual combat machines blueprint. here are your final system idea engine. So why does X how do Y versus this? Oh yeah. All right, so we scroll up. It says script template. So hook, setup, contrast, contributions of final compress. Try to be T command format you will use every time combat machines on slot wide topics. All right, yeah, we'll use this. All right, so I'm now gonna have it do is basically the arrow. All right, so I'm gonna basically go to a new chat and I'm gonna paste this prompt. All right, so I'm gonna go. It says comment. All right, so yeah. All right, so this is a hook type. Why versus how versus what, but versus if secret. Oh, wow. So generate 10 short ideas. All right. All right. So I'm gonna just tell her that. All right. So yo, what I need you to do is I need you to basically go through articles. I'm gonna give you my bio. And we'll use the system. So we got a whole folder, and you can use. I know you have memories one, so use the folder. Give me proven to go raw ideas. We need killer ideas. We're not gonna sit and guess it. Let's fall behind the workflow. We gonna fuck these competitors up. Me and you try to be T. So yeah, it's me and you versus these competitors. Cause I'm in competition. With them, with these guys. All right, so we click this new workflow. Step one, give me sources. So any of these works or articles, PDF, Wikipedia pages. All right, so I extracted only the proven material. I converted the combat assist. I rank by reality. Push virality. All right, so we have these. This is option A, option B, option C. Oh yeah. We go. So send me one of these. Bet. So tell me. So start with U.S. fighters. All right. So you know what I need you to do is now give me these title ideas in a row. Give me these title ideas in a row. All right, so this is why. So yeah, we fall behind this structuring, yeah. All right, so yeah, we have these so combat machines idea set. All right, yeah, I'm probably about to start putting out at least two shorts on the channel per day. Just because we now have a machine and we're not guessing no more, and this is gonna help us out a lot. Oh, whoa, so 8.1K. Oh, wait, this is new, right?
जिस फाइटर जेट का RCS 4 सेंटीमीटर का हो 18 से ज्यादा देश इसे ऑपरेट करते हो 1300 फंक्शन किया है.
Oh yeah, we could definitely beat this. It's a fucking Indian running the channel. It's an Indian running the channel. How many subscribers we got? 68,000 1K videos. Yeah, we could beat his video by a good script. So 100 million views. Yeah, like I said, bro, it's chat. Ideation really matters, bro, because we want to see what our competitors are not doing. And we want to see what they're fucking up on, and we want to better ours. So yeah, all right. This stream is not ending though. I'm out. I'm not gonna edit this on stream. Hell no, bro. I already gave y'all too much sauce, bro. Y'all can see my other streams, but yeah, the stream is not about to end though. But I'm gonna catch up with y'all, bro. We ending this mug. So yeah, we ending this mug. You see 2 million views. All right, let's click this right here.
Why did India walk away from the F-35, the crown jewel of American air power? Because bows the F-35 stealth signature to foreign eyes. Add the sky-high cost, and the fact that the vision was clear. India didn't reject the jet. It rejected dependence.
So why didn't anyone refuse 35K, 125? So yeah. So when you have content pillars and have title formulas and have everything planned, it's easier for you to go viral for that niche. So, and I'm gonna edit my shorts on my MacBook. So y'all about to see me post literally on this channel. So 125 videos, 37 million views. All right, it's good. So most popular. So all right. So if we wanted to right here, we could basically. I'm gonna show y'all something before I hop off. Let me show y'all some good shit. So I'm gonna show y'all how to reverse engineer this over to my lane for the day. I'm gonna show y'all some cool shit, and I'm about to end. All right, so let's reverse engineer this this title right here of his. Reverse it to my lane. Give me a title for the day. Reverse engineer, reverse it to my lane. All right, so I want you to take the psychology, watch this video, see what is he doing wrong, like a gap in the market, and take the psychology of it and give me an idea for the day. So a proven going viral idea. Like a title idea. I said a title idea, bro. What the fuck? I said like a title idea. Let me fix it. So, title idea. Alright, that's it. Title idea. Call tool. So you see YouTube search. So we have the MCP of NextLab. So with the MCP and NextLab, we're able to see like the YouTube metadata, and yeah. Alright, so I couldn't pull the metadata from this sort. Alright, so today's idea. Alright, we're using this. So the tiny reverse engineer. Alright, yeah. So this is why this wins. It says why this wins. This is your gap versus competitor. So everyone says this tiny. This is fit your niche perfectly. Machines breakdown. So hidden truth storytelling. But yeah. So that's what we basically needed. We go to here. No guessing. So the tiny engineer flaws is we go to search. Yeah, when you have a system like this, it's easier for y'all. 7 million, 2.7 million. We see a lot of these. We want to look for a smaller creators one and it's cluster. All right, so is it easy to smaller channel right here? Oh, 4K. That means I'm gonna win too. So yeah, because we want to try to overbeat these ideas though. So yeah, we want to try to overbeat this core idea. If we could overbeat this core idea script, that would put us in first place. It's script and yeah, his hook. So yeah, let's go to this. Open this up.
Even if a country offered billions to buy the B2 bomb.
Have you ever wondered?
No horror editing at all.
Even if a country offered billions, the U.S. doesn't share with anyone. Even Clinton won the U.S. block any sale, no matter who per aircraft. It's also one of the most expensive planes in the world.
And that short alone did almost close to about.
Even.
I'm out though, chat. Alright, so it says 22 million a year ago. Alright, so this is why doesn't this sell? Alright, so if we go to script, we can see there was nothing like really great about the script, bro. The script was good, and this is a ChatGPT generated script, so extract transcript. So yeah. Alright, so I'm in the stream, bro. I've been streaming for about 1 hour, and I told you I was gonna be up here just for 1 hour. So why did the U.S. doesn't sell B bomber? So even if a country offers billions of B bombers. So you see right here. So the starting of the script matches the title in order for the album that pushes. So a few keywords. in order for Algorithm to see it, to scan it for it to push it. So he used the same structure over and over again. But yeah.
Even if a country offered billions to buy the B-2 bomber, the United States would still say no because of one shocking reason. Let me explain. The B-2 costs over $2 billion per aircraft. It's also one of...
All right, so I want to explain this. It's important that you have a content pillars, you have a formula,
Even if a country offered billions to buy the...
and you have title clusters. So it's important that you have a proven machine, and you have 1 or 2 structures, content pillars, and you need at least title formulas and 2 script structures, and you're good for shorts. But long form is way harder because you gotta have good packaging. If your thumbnail is not good, then your views could flop. But yeah, shorts is easier than it could be. All right, I'm out though. But hey, stream was great. I told you I'm only up here for an hour. YouTube don't pay me to stay up here hours later. I already gave you an hour stream a few hours ago. But once this channel get monetized, I'm gonna start. We're gonna probably do all nighters and shit. But right now, this channel's not monetized, so YouTube, YouTube's not paying me to stay up here. So I'm gonna get up out of here about my business and go about my day. But yeah, but like I said, I appreciate everybody who came through. And if you learned the tips, go ahead. If you didn't, bro, it's on you. But I'm telling you, my white ass is getting the fuck up out of here. My white ass. Me, I call myself a white bitch. Me. Nobody else. Me. My white ass is getting the fuck up out of here, alright? Thanks for coming through today, but yeah.